Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Commodity TV here, still in Zurich at the Zurich Invest offices, and we are filming here for the Zurich Invest night. And with us here is now for the first time Carolina Gold Resources. Jonathan Powers, who is the president and CEO of a company, wants to give us an insight. John, welcome to have you here.
Thank you, Joanne. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time. Maybe you can give us a short overview about Carolina Gold Resources and also how you are working your business.
Well, Carolina Gold Resources is what's known as a project generator company. We go out and identify good prospects, in our case mostly gold prospects, and once we've done that, we acquire the properties, and then we search for a partner to help us come in and explore those properties in detail with heavy drilling and further development.
Yeah.
And so in this way, the prospect generator helps us be exposed to multiple properties rather than just put all our focus on one.
Great. And when the partner comes in, they help you, let's say, financially wise and technical wise, or only on the financial side?
It's really their prerogative. It's definitely financially wise, but oftentimes they use us to be the operator since we're local to the region and we have the expertise and ability to operate there.
Yeah, fantastic. You are doing this only throughout the U.S. or also Canada or Latin America?
It is strictly the U.S., yes, southeastern U.S. primarily.
So fully concentrated on.
Yes, that's right. That's where our expertise is.
Perfect. So let's talk about Carolina Gold Resources. What is the project about? Where is it located? What does it look like?
We have several projects scattered over North and South Carolina and one in Georgia. The ones in North Carolina are all gold properties, and we've recently entered into a joint venture partnership with a new Canadian-listed company called Orford Mining for our Jones, Keystone, Laughlin, and Landrum Faulkner properties. Our property in South Carolina, or excuse me, our property in Georgia is a VMS zinc predominant target, which we think is a new VMS belt that we're anxious to partner with someone on to explore that. As you know, VMS deposits typically occur in clusters, and once you found one, you could be in a district where there's multiple deposits. So, and then we have some other early stage properties, gold properties, that we're looking for partners to join us in on as well.
Fantastic. But this company is still private, right?
Yes, it is.
So, but you will IPO next year?
Yes, our plans are to do an IPO in 2018.
Yeah. Great, fantastic. Give us a bit more insight now into, let's say, your deposits here. What have you done so far on them? What's the game plan for 2018? Okay,
we are continuing to explore our properties both for our partners, or our partner Orford Mining, as well as to further enhance the properties we hold where we don't have a partner yet, to enhance their prospectivity. And we are also adding new properties to our portfolio. These are properties that are in the vicinity of the Oceana Gold Hail deposit that was first developed by Remarco, as well as the former Ridgeway Gold Mine that was operated by Kennecott in the 1990s that produced over 1 million ounces. So we're looking at a number of properties that could enhance our portfolio, basically.
Great. Okay, what is money in the bank? Because when you work on that many properties, it costs all money.
Yes, it does. But when you stick to the type of work that we do, which is primarily surface sampling, drilling, that type of thing, property acquisition, you keep your costs relatively low. It's when you get into the drilling phase that costs typically go up really high, and that's where we're looking for partner support.
Okay, perfect. Let's say from the big picture, from the game plan. First, you are searching for the properties, of course. You make sure that they make sense. Right. Then you put the partners in, and you still remain, of course, a partner. Right. But let's say, how do you work it then further on? I mean, you drill it out with your partners, then you want to sell it, you want to bring them in production. How does it work?
Well, it could go multiple directions. One possibility is we let the partner continue to fund the operation, and then we get diluted down to where we retain a royalty interest in a future mine. Okay, is one possibility. The other possibility is we get to a point where we contribute our proportional share to the further development of the project. So basically, those are the two. And certainly, if something great comes along that we find, even before we find a partner, you know, we could develop that, you know, ourselves as well, potentially.
Okay. Are you mainly concentrated on precious metals? I mean, you said you have also zinc in it now, the VMS style?
We are, as our name indicates, we're focused on precious metals, and the VMS zinc deposit was really something that came upon our following up a gold target, and we found it was a more perspective perhaps for base metals, and that's how that...
So it was a bit by coincidence.
Yes, that's right, that's right.
Okay, could you imagine to go, let's say, maybe more on the copper side, for example, because copper is anyway getting hot and more hot. Yeah, I mean, prices are going up, and as we see with e-mobility, for example, the copper demand will stay very high. Might this something you might be interested?
Absolutely. We're opportunists looking anywhere really in the southeastern U.S. and potentially even in the eastern U.S. for opportunities. And if those happen to be copper or base metal or platinum group metals, if that's a good opportunity, you know, it fits our model of what we want to do. Yeah.
Fantastic. How do you find these days, because you're working in the US, it's always interesting for us also, to know what's going on in the USA. How do you find it these days? Is it more difficult to work in the US, or have things, let's say, changed on the lighter side or easier side?
It's a place where it really helps to be a native of the area, which I am, and my team is. We're natives of the southeast U.S., and there's two aspects. One is that it's private property, where in almost all cases, the surface property owner owns the mineral rights as well. So you deal directly with the surface owner to acquire the mineral rights for the property.
Makes things much easier, I would
right.
say.
And it certainly helps that we speak the local dialect in that area, because they want to feel like they can trust you. Ultimately, you know, you want to come across and you want to be sincere about you're going to treat them correctly, and people, you know, appreciate respect, and we have that for our property owners. So the other thing is the permitting aspects, and certainly that's something you have to go through in the States, and in the Southeast, they, you know, primarily is focused on state regulatory requirements. Occasionally the federal government gets involved if wetlands or that type of thing is involved, and that's what happened, I understand, with Ramarco's hail deposit that required kind of a multi-regulatory response to it, and perhaps, you know, it definitely took it longer than they anticipated. So, right.
Okay, so that means everything is strictly ruled, of course, environmentally, the permitting processes.
Right.
As far as I know from Nevada, for example, you always say something like within 3 to 4 years is quite normal. So you have the same conditions, right?
Yes, right, right. And you have to win the community over, not just the regulatory agencies. You've got to win the community over and get the social license to operate there, and that's what people are recognizing is so important everywhere, but definitely down there. And we think we, you know, have the ability to do that.
Fantastic. Last question: what are the major milestones you want to achieve 2018? Because now 2017 is nearing to the end, and I would say we should plan on 2018 already.
Right. Yeah. Well, certainly our biggest objective in 2018 is completing the IPO and going public. We've had some tremendous supporters of our private company, shareholders who've been very patient with us and you know, really supportive of what we're doing, and we appreciate that. And we want to show that number one, that once we go public, that we're going to produce a very good share value for this company with the properties that it's put together for, you know, for them especially. The other thing is we want to partner with our properties that we don't have partnered with. We want to drill the properties that we have got partnered with Orford Mining, and that should start probably in January, February timeframe. So we'll start getting results from that. And we're also looking to acquire some properties that we think are very, very interesting. One thing, if I could quickly add, is because we're native to the Southeast, we've spent our careers here 30 plus years. We've acquired a lot of information over that time period, and it gives us a real advantage to know where to look, to know where, so to speak, where the dog buried the bones aspect. And so we think we have a real advantage, and we continue to acquire new information to help us point us in the right direction. So.
Fantastic. Well, then I would say we keep fingers crossed for 2018. Good luck with the IPO, of course. And how much money will that generate approximately? What is the plan?
You know, it hasn't been seriously discussed yet. Probably at least a couple of $1 million. I think we would like to see.
Yeah, because mining costs money.
Yes, that's right.
All right, Jonathan. Then thank you very much for that. and all the best.
Okay.
Thank
all right.
you.
Thank you, John.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, it was Jonathan Powers, the president and CEO of Carolina Gold Resources. And you heard that the company is like a prospect generator, is partnering with joint venture partners and also with Orphan Mining from Canada. And they're working in the US Southeast very successfully so far. And they want to IPO next year. So check it out. Watch out for the IPO. Thanks for watching us. Bye-bye from Zurich.